Hey guys, today we're going to make one of my favorite holiday cakes, which is a rum cake. Now today we're going to make a Jamaican rum cake. I do have a video of a rum cake, but today I'm going to show you a little bit of a different variation of this cake. I have a bundt pan, I have floured the bundt pan, and I have sprinkled walnuts all in the bottom of the bundt pan. So we're going to set that aside. The next thing we're going to be doing is I'm going to take a shortcut and I'm going to use cake mix, yellow cake mix. So I'll be pouring in 1 box of yellow cake mix. It's just as simple, really. So the next thing I'll do is I'll pour in 1/2 cup of buttermilk. My eggs next. 4 eggs. This cake, what makes it different from the cake that I've put up here before on the video, the icing glaze is entirely different. Has more spices in it, and I will leave it in the pan, and I will soak the cake in the rum and the Jamaican spices. So that's what makes it just a little bit different than our other cake. 4 eggs. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix this up just a little for just a minute before I put the rum in. I'm also going to add, to make it mix good and hold and have good flavor, I spilt some, is 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. All right, the next thing that I will add to the recipe, boy, the wind is blowing so hard, it's blowing everything off my porch. 1/2 cup of what I use and what I like the best is the Bacardi Gold rum. So that's what I'll be pouring in to my batter now. I'll bring you right back when I get all this mixed up. Okay guys, I'm going to bring you over. I'm going to show you the batter. See how beautiful it is? I want you to know that I did add a 3.4 ounce box of instant vanilla pudding to this. That just gives it such a robust, rich flavor. All right, let's just get this going just a few more minutes. Then we'll put it in our pan. Here's our pan right here. I've got it prepared. I've greased and floured it, and I've sprinkled 1 cup of walnuts in the bottom of the pan. Guys, also wipe down the side of your pan. Make sure everything got incorporated. Just make sure everything's mixed in really, really good. Let's see if our oven is up to, almost up to 350. So let's go over here. Let's get our pan, and there's our oven telling us that it's ready. So let me bring you up here and we'll put it in the pan. Let's get this in our bundt pan with the walnuts on bottom. This is going to be a delicious cake. This is one I have a lot of requests for. If you do not want to put the rum in your cake, you can always add rum flavoring. They do make that. It's not hard to find, and you can put that in your cake. I understand that a lot of you do not consume alcohol, and that's perfectly okay. Just get you some rum flavoring. Put a tablespoon in your batter. And you can put, where we put 1/4 cup of rum, you'll put 1/2 cup of rum, you'll put 1/2 cup of water if you leave the rum out, because you'll need that moisture for your batter. All right, I'm going to bring you up here and let you see the cake. what it looks like. Not the cake, the batter. Come on up and look at the batter. We're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for, I usually do mine 35 to 45 minutes, depending on so many things. The weather, the temperature, the humidity. And also, guys, you know, think about your oven. How does your oven cook? Is it always hot, or, you know, do you get things done really quick? Do things really get done quickly in your oven? So right now, let's go over here to my oven. And let's put it in. All right, I'll bring you guys back. Now, I forgot to do my thing. 1, 2, 3. Get the bubbles out and the air. I set my timer. This is an old timer that I've had forever. Yeah, I can use the one on the stove, but I love this one. It's just so nostalgic, like me. 20 minutes, and I'll bring, nope, that's not right. About 35 minutes, I'm gonna set my timer. And I'll bring you back at that time when our cake is done. I do want to tell you guys that at the end, toward the end of the video, after we get our cake iced, I wanted to tell you guys something, just a little something about me that I've never shared with anybody. So I'm going to tell you that toward the end of the video, after we get our cake done. Hey guys, I really want to thank y'all for coming in here today and watching me make this batter to make us a really good cake. And I hope that you'll make it for your family for the holidays, or for a birthday, or just any type of activity that comes along. And I think your family will enjoy the cake. My family enjoys it so much, they always ask for it. I've baked these cakes for people for a long time, and they always enjoy them. I wanted to let you know what I was going to talk to you about was that I went on a trip for a few days, and I'm back home. And the trip, the reason we took the trip was that it was my birthday. I had a birthday this week, so I had such a good time, and I got to see my family and my, of course I didn't get to see my brothers, but my children were here, and we had a big time. Got a lot of phone calls and a lot of well wishes and happy birthday wishes. So it really meant a lot to me for everybody to be so supportive of having a birthday. Usually I just feel like, oh, it's just another day, you guys. You don't have to really say anything, or you don't have to do anything extra special. It's just another day. As soon as I woke up, my husband said, I didn't even know it was my birthday, honestly. And he looked at me and he said, happy birthday. And I said, oh my gosh, I did not realize it was my birthday. He said, yeah, because I just didn't know. So everybody was so sweet to send messages to me and comments about my birthday. I wanted to let you all know that I am so blessed by so many things in so many areas of my life. I'm blessed beyond measure. That's how I feel. And when you watch YouTube and you support my channel, that means a lot to me, because I'm retired and I don't work anymore. So I think it's good for me to get up and get dressed and do things and figure out, you know, portions and half a cup, fourth a cup. You know, I mess up sometimes, but I still keep trying on these recipes. And it means a lot to me that you watch them, even when I mess up. There's a lot of bloopers sometimes because I make a lot of mistakes, but that's okay. I'm still learning. And I wanted to tell you guys that I had 73 candles on my birthday cake. I turned 73. So I want to keep going and helping others as long as I can, as long as God will let me wake up each day and try to do something wonderful for somebody, just one person that you can help will make a big difference. So I just pray that I'm allowed to do that. Yes, I'm ready to go home to my final resting place with my Savior, but I enjoy being here and being with my family. And you know, everybody's comfortable with what they know. Going to your final home, that's the unknown, but it'll be a glorious day. Well, enough about all of that. But I just wanted to share with y'all at the end of the video today how happy I was, what it meant to me to turn 73. My mother, she did not get to live that long, so that's why I feel so blessed. She did not get to see 73 years. So I feel so, so blessed. My videos before, you know, I had open heart surgery in 2023, and I had 90% blockage of the widowmaker, and the other artery was blocked also, and so they took me in and just got me fixed right up. So I'm just so thankful and blessed for so many things. So just wanted to share that, and just know that if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would be so happy if you did. And if you like it and give me a thumbs up, I'd be happy too. Or if there's things I need to work on, just leave it in the comments. I'm always open to criticism, constructive criticism. So just leave me something in the comments about that, and I'll be glad to try to do better. Guys, I love y'all all so much. And thank y'all. I just took the cake out, guys, and here it is. It's, oh, it's just so wonderful. It smells so good. And so I'm going to sit it here to just kind of cool off, and then we'll start working on our icing. Here is our amazing cake. I wish you could smell it. It almost looks like it cooked in 2 layers, doesn't it? Way that it cooked in the bundt pan. All right, let's get her iced. Here we are, guys, and we're melting for the spiced rum soak and glaze for the cake. We are melting 1/2 a cup of butter. We almost have it melted. We're going to be adding some other ingredients. I have here brown sugar, cinnamon, 1/2 a cup of rum, and we will be adding 3 tablespoons of water to the rum. I will add all my wet ingredients into the rum and then my dry. Like I said, it's a half a cup of rum. So now let's add our other ingredients. Okay, we've got our butter melted, as you can see right here. So now it calls for 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So here's a 1/4 cup measure. Let's get our brown sugar out, which is right here. My brown sugar. Let me back you up a little bit. You're a little bit close. When you use brown sugar, you know, you gotta pack it. So let's be sure that we pack our brown sugar in. So this is gonna be a good recipe with glaze. 1/4 cup packed. That means you get all the air out of the sugar and you just pack it really good. All right, 1/4 cup of brown sugar in with a 1/2 cup of butter. And we've already put our water in the rum. We've got a 1/2 cup of rum here. So let's get our brown sugar out of the way. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then we'll add a pinch of salt. You know, that pinch of salt I showed you guys really isn't very much salt. Just a pinch. Pinch of salt. Done. And then we'll add a 1/2 of a teaspoon. A 1/2 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. This is the cinnamon I like to use. And I'm going to show you the pan. Come on up here. Guys, come on up here and look in the pan. It's going to be so good. Look at that. The butter, the brown sugar, the vanilla. And now we're adding a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Here goes the cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon. And then we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Buddy, that's going to be good. I've got my nutmeg right here. Here's my nutmeg. So let's get a 1/4 teaspoon of that nutmeg. Let's get that in there. All right. Now, isn't that going to be delicious? Let's just warm it up and stir it up. So I'm going to put this on a low heat. And I'll be stirring it up. Doesn't that look good? And you know, we're going to add, you can add the water if you want to. I just added it to my rum. I wish you could smell it. Oh my goodness. That is going to be so good. I'm leaving this on low heat, not a high heat. You can see it's not boiling. Just going to kind of mix it up. Oh guys, I want a taste of that so bad. But I know it's delicious. It said to use unsalted butter. I think all I had was salted. So I could have left the salt out, I guess, that I put in. And you could do the same. Alright, we're just going to let that cook. And then I'm going to show you when I pour the party rum in. That's looking so good. I'll let all this incorporate really well before I put in our rum. I'll show you what it's doing right now. It's kind of almost to a boil, but not really. I'm pouring in a 1/2 cup of wine. I mean, not wine, rum. And we're going to punch holes in our cake with a toothpick. And then we're going to drizzle all this goodness over the cake. Woo-wee. Before I put it on the cake, I'm going to try it and taste it. So what I'm going to do is just put a little drop in my finger. Oh, buddy. That's good. Really, really good. The nutmeg, boy, you can really taste that. All right, let me get some toothpicks and we'll start poking little holes in our cake. So that can all run down into there. I'm just going to go around and do this for about 5 minutes. What I have done is I just took this off the eye and I poured it into here. I'm going to pour it over the cake. I'm going to drizzle it, all the spices, over our Jamaican rum cake. Doesn't it look delicious? Wow. And it'll just soak in. The cake is like a sponge, actually, and it'll just soak it all up. Oh my gosh. I usually do let my cake cool about 30 minutes before I pour my icing over. You just can't believe how good this smells. Oh, it smells delicious. Now I'm going to just kind of let that soak in a minute, and then I'll pour my this on here. Guys, I just cut a piece out, and here it is. So let's see what it tastes like. It's so different than my usual rum cake. I do like it for the fall with the cinnamon and the nutmeg. It tastes really good for fallish. Now, for Christmas, I'm going back to the old first rum cake video I made with a different, not the spicy, the spiced icing, just the regular rum icing for Christmas, for the holiday. But it's a great one for the fall. And it tastes so good. Follow the recipe. Make it for your family. That was my timer for my casserole that's in the oven for dinner. For supper, whatever you call it. Like and subscribe, guys, and I love y'all. Bye-bye.